so in today's video we're going to talk about the downswing, and in particular I get loads of students asking me about how I start the downswing, and I thought if I put a video together it will help lots of you out as well. Now there's two things that I am doing and two particular moves that I'm always applying holistically for every shot when I am starting my downswing. The first one is I need to make sure I get good ball striking, and that basically means I'm striking the golf ball first, then if the club goes into the ground. Now the way I do that is I always focus on my upper body. I like to get the feeling of covering the ball. Now what covering the ball means is basically getting my sternum ahead of the ball, okay? So when we get set up, what you should do is you should try and get your sternum located over the golf ball, okay? So avoid any excessive tilt, etc., and get yourself nice and neutral. In the backswing, if you can trigger a good rotation, keeping yourself centered, then this basically means as you start the downswing, you want to get the feeling that your upper body is rotating this way, so if you like towards the target, shifting weight underneath that lead leg. So can you see the way that as soon as, look where I am here, at left arm horizontal, really early, look how much I move. See my sternum? It's now an inch ahead of the ball, and that makes sure that I get good contact. If I'm here, then the club's going to come down early. So the first thing and the first move to understand is it's early. As soon as I start the downswing, my intention is move. See how quickly I move, I rotate, and as I rotate and I shift my weight towards my lead side, that gives me that sense of confidence of ball striking. I always know if I'm going to get a good contact in that early part of that downswing. So if I sort of feel like I get stuck a little bit, I always know that I'm going to get either a little handsy or the likelihood is the contact isn't going to be great. I also know that if I can get loaded here, then I have a great chance of getting a good strike on the back of that golf ball. So that's the first thing. Now, what you've also got to do, and I have to be mindful of this as well, is we need to make sure that, okay, we've got to balance good rotation, so good movement in the downswing, with a good arm structure. Now what I mean by this is best visualized from this side on perspective. So if I start rotating pretty well in the start of the downswing, what I don't want to do is come down too steep as I'm demonstrating here. What I need to do is I need to simultaneously get a good feeling of allowing my upper arm to move to the side of my body and allow my lower arm to move away from my upper arm. And this is that shallowing move. And it keeps that feeling of the club head staying behind me. So I know as soon as I start the downswing, if I can shift my upper body that way, as I allow that arm to release, I know that I'm in a great position. If I feel like I hold on to this angle for too long, you know, in terms of my right arm relationship, then I know I'm going to get steep and I'm going to get stuck. And it really is the blend of both of those. And that's, personally speaking for me, before a round of golf, that's my tempo, that's my timing, that's my rhythm, that's what I'm trying to get a real feeling of. And obviously there'll be days where I can blend those things together better than others. And if I can get those two working really well, that means I get great ball striking and I get control over that swing plane as well. Hopefully that helps. I'll see you guys again really, really soon.